Hello, it's the Hillbilly halfwit here today, and today we're going to talk about how we can fix the senedd, how we can make the place work for Wales and the people living in it, instead of being run by this civil service oligarchy. So if you haven't already, please comment, rate and subscribe. Just press that button down below because it really helps my channel out, because as my normal subscribers know, we're getting attacked by YouTube, had our monetization removed, and they're trying to stop people seeing the stuff. But it's working. We are getting this stuff out here. Now, let's go and have a look about what we can do. How can we fix Wales's problems? Before I start, yesterday was World Farming Day, and I think people need to remember how they survive every single day all around the world. Farmers are feeding them. Every meal you have, if you're a vegan, vegetarian or meat eater, comes from a farm. And vegetarian food mostly is manured by animals from the farm next door, and grain farms are manured by the animals next door because they have agreements with the stock farmers to give them straw in exchange for muck. That's how it all works. So farming really joins together. So well done to all you farmers out there to start with. How do we fix this place, this black, sour cesspit? I think we need to start, people need to start using their vote as a tool to get what they want and not stick with a party. Now, the trouble with Wales is people have got this mentality where they hate one party, maybe that's in power in England, that has nothing to do with what's going on in Wales. Because for 25 years, Welsh Labour and Plaid Cymru have basically been running Wales, and the Conservatives have decided nothing. I'm of non-party. I use my vote as a tool to get what I want. This is what the senedd represents. This guy, he is the senedd. He's gone from there, but they all think alike. They want to force their opinions onto us. They want to crack the whip on you. That is what it's all about. They want to decide what we learn in school. They want to decide where we go. They want to decide how fast we can go. They want to decide if we're allowed to go anywhere. Or they want to decide if we're allowed to go on a holiday. They want to decide what you can eat, what you can grow on your own farm, even on the farm that you own. Now, this is what I'm trying to tell people on here. I have some comments sometimes that say, I could not vote Conservative. I totally get you. But use that vote as a tool to get what you want. Because remember, they have been using it for years against us all. So, in Wales, this was 2016. If you look here in red, that's what Labour hold. And they know, in them city areas, if they spend the money in those areas, they can win all the time. Now, if you look up the left-hand side of Wales in the green, that's Plaid Cymru, and they need to be made smaller. Plaid Cymru are working with Labour. If we could get them blues up that one side there, we would stop Labour having the stranglehold. Nobody would be able to push stuff through, because you would have to have a proper debate, and it would have to go to a debate and have to be voted on, and they wouldn't push things through that they are now. It's dangerous. This is in 2016, look. Now, this is the difference between 2016 seats to 2021. So Conservatives had +5, Labour had +1, Plaid Cymru had +1, UKIP had -7. So when you look at that there now, look, Labour are still 29 to 30 because they are spending money down in Cardiff, down in these big areas like water to keep the vote, and nowhere else is having it. Plaid Cymru are hoovering up the rest on the one side because they're pretending to be anti-Labour. But they're not, they're with them. Now, when you look at the Welsh Assembly, if you don't know about this, this is the seats. Now, this is how they voted no, sorry, the next slide. In 2016, if you look there, and I put an arrow in the black there, look. This is Labour voters on the left, Labour AMs on the left, and Plaid Cymru in yellow. If we could get more than blue votes, because remember UKIP aren't there now, if we could get more than blue votes to take over Plaid Cymru, we'd be in business. It'd stop Labour being able to win everything in the votes. Because if they decide to do something now, they're having 3/4 of the votes automatically and nobody can stop them. This is what I'm trying to say to people. You need to get this voting system sorted. Now, this is what happened in 2016. People let it go ahead. It was hardly talked about. Labour and Plaid Cymru fixed the vote. This was for votes at 16-year-old. So remember, these kids have been brainwashed in university and school. And look who voted for it all. If you look there, look. It's Plaid Cymru and Labour voted this through. They're the ones in green who voted for it. So they're fixing the vote. And the same thing has happened with they're creating more AMs now. We can't know anything about it until people decide to use your vote as a tool, even voting for a party you're not very keen on. So if you'd have voted for Conservatives there, you'll notice that the Conservatives didn't vote for that. So if we had another 10 Conservative MPs there, they couldn't have done it. Maybe 11 Conservative MPs, they couldn't have got that through. But the Parliament is locked against anybody. Now, this is 2021. The only way to fix this place is to make them seats less for Labour and Plaid Cymru. I don't think you're going to be able to remove many of the Labour seats, so you've got to vote Plaid Cymru out. You've got to try and vote the Conservatives into those areas in West Wales, because they're working against us all. They are working against us all. Now, if you look at this map, you'll see where Labour they've got smaller areas, but they've got more population. So they have more AMs in there. And they are spending money like water. They are spending money like mad in there to give these people everything they want. And they're forgetting the rest of us. They don't care about the rest of us. And if you look at the green there again in Plaid Cymru are hoovering up these votes that they think, people think, they're so great for farming. They aren't. They're working with the Reds. Now, remember, the ones in the blue Conservatives haven't decided anything, not a single thing in Wales for 25 years. This has all been decided by the Reds and Greens. 2017 results, here we are again. Labour had Anglesey, look. But Plaid have got that now. If we could get people in their heads to vote this Plaid Cymru lot out, it would make a huge difference. Now, this was a proposal to add more senedd members that happened now and it's gone through. Look where it come from. Labour and Plaid Cymru. They're the ones that want this because they realise they'll get locked in. They can't remove these people because they have more MPs. There's 36 new MSs, if you look on the right there, that nobody can decide who they are. Half of them are going to be red. That swathe on the right-hand side. So it's going to be 2.5 lines of them is going to be Labour and Plaid Cymru. And one in blue for Conservatives. It's a fix. People need to realise it's a fix again. It's like the 2016 vote for 16-year-olds. They're rigging the system. They've devolved powers in Wales. And all of this stuff has been spent by Welsh Labour and Plaid Cymru. Now they're blaming everybody else. They are deciding all this stuff. It's their fault. Vote them out. Now, I know this isn't a very long video, but it needs to be made clear. I am of non-party. Non-party. I use my vote as a tool to get what I want. To remove this sort of person. The person who was bullied and hates people. What they are after is stepping on your head. they don't run the country for everybody. They run the country for their own side, and that's it. They don't care about the rest of us. They don't care about anything. To change this place, people need to use their vote as a tool. And even if you don't like the Conservatives, you need to hold your nose and vote for them to change this place. Because when they realise they're losing votes and they're losing MPs and the vote gets closer, they will change their ways. Because all MPs, at the end of the day, rely on their seat to make money. And money is what it's all about. So I'm going to end on World Farmers Day again. Thank you all who follow my page and have helped me all sharing these things, because I really appreciate it. I know I always say this all the time, but I genuinely do. Since doing this thing for the last 3 months, I really have put faith in me that there's people out there who think a lot of us, and it's just the media, the mainstream media, who are pushing against the farming community, really. They're in cahoots with MPs of all kinds, all over the different areas of the UK and the world. But I think we've got the public with us, to be fair. So thank you very much. And that's all today. So all the best, Gaz. Ta-da!